My name is Joanne SawyerKnoll. I would like for NPR to consider a submittance of an audio tape of my father's Memorial Day speech given in 1983 in Liberty, Indiana. My father, now deceased, was undoubtedly the first black American veteran to have the privilege of delivering such a speech in the town square before the townspeople of this farming community of 3,000 mostly Caucasian persons. I also believe that this tape very much expressed the who my father was and what drove him in his quest for honesty and integrity throughout his life.
Mr. Huntington, members of the American Legion, members of the Veterans of Foreign Wars, ladies and gentlemen, we have come together on this Memorial Day of 1983 to honor again the men and women of our military service who gave their lives that this nation could survive. I consider it a privilege to be able to speak to you and to convey to you some of my thinking as to what this day means to me and what our obligations are to the people whom we are honoring. When I was a very small boy in Anderson, Indiana, this day was a very special day. I can recall a Memorial Day that my mother and father took us all to the cemetery so that we could be there for the ceremonies. The American Legion band was there. The drum and bugle corps from the Spanish-American War veterans was there. There were even a half dozen members of the Grand Army of the Republic on the speaker's stand, along with the permanently wounded veterans of the First World War. The symbols of sacrifice were all around me. The survivors of the great conflicts were there, some healthy, some not so healthy, some mutilated for life. At that age, I was unable to comprehend the deeper implications of what I was seeing. I knew no one who had died in the Great War, and to me it sounded like a great adventure, with some risk, of course. But what is adventure if there is no risk involved? I had to grow older and live through another war before I began to ask myself some questions. Were these people so different in their hopes and aspirations from the people that I was seeing around me? Did they have a special compulsion to go out and conquer the world? Did they risk their lives so that the survivors could go on a materialistic binge? Or did they feel that they were on some holy crusade? Reason and experience tell me that the reason these people went to war and died was that they saw a duty as citizens of this society, and they answered the call of that duty. The minority of them who reached the combat zones went forward because they were ordered forward by someone who had received an order from higher up. At the critical time, they were preoccupied with the job that had to be done, and secondarily, with their individual survival. If this is true, if these honored dead went out because of a sense of duty, if they took this risk and paid so heavily despite their desire to survive, then the burden and obligation to make the sacrifice worthwhile lies with us, the beneficiaries. I think that it is important in these crucial, pivotal times that we remember this. We are at the beginning of a great technological and social revolution that will change the face not only of this country but of the world. In this changing situation, which may continue for some time, the people of this nation, this state, this town, can ill afford the luxury of continuing to exhaust themselves in the internal conflicts that have beset us. Labor against management, generation against generation, race against race, gender against gender, the privileged against the underprivileged. I could go on and on. In this heterogeneous society, we cannot expect the demagogues who appeal to the worst instincts in our collective being to solve the kinds of internal problems that lie ahead of us. Our true strength and security and the envy of the world lies in the passion and the independent striving of a busy, working, and dreaming population. Individuals who out of that strength, are committed to fair play and the struggle for some sort of real justice and a community of effort. More than over a period of time, reasonable people working together can achieve the goals that will make this the most constructive society that has ever walked the face of this planet. More than this, we will have made a start on the repayment of the debt that we owe these servicemen who died. Thank you.